Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from Menuet de Bonheur, and we are going to be doing these little flowers first of all. Now I've been pondering what to do with these, as well you know, and what I've decided to do was, rather than colour them as forget-me-nots, which are bluey purple, I would do them pink. You can get forget-me-nots in pink anyway, but I just figured it would just balance out our picture a little bit to have some pink across the back. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've sharpened up my light magenta, and that's what I'm going to use. Let's come in close. There we go. So I'm going to not do the middles, just the petals. I'm going to try and fade them off towards the edge a little bit. Now forget-me-nots do come in pink anyway. Usually you get some blue and some pink on the same plant if you've got pink ones, but also it doesn't really matter what colour they are, and I think this will work quite well. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with these, but we'll deal with that another day. That's not going to be in today's video, so I don't have to worry about it. We're using Polychromos pencils again, by the way. Will be the same ones through the whole of these double page spread. I always tend to use the same pencils through. I think that makes sense. There we go. So I'm just working through. My husband's on his way home, so I feel like I'm in a bit of a hurry, but also this is quite simple colouring. How far across can you see is my question. Now I'm wondering about the centres of these, whether to make them a little bit darker or to make them the same colour. Make them same colour. Just made that decision. Make it all the same colour. I think it's just going to look better. Some flowers do have this going on with them. Right, let's put some a bit closer into shot. I hope you're all good today. I wonder if you're actually getting ready for Easter now. I know that I told people, I said right in one of my first Easter videos, and then I realised it's like weeks. People don't usually plan Easter that early. I've got no plans for Easter yet. My boys are going to be working hard. I quite fancy going to the wetlands one day, but they'll be working, so they may not be able to come. There's a bit of stem here. I'm going to do that as I go in case I forget. Just going to grab a green. Sorry, my flap of my page is over the chromium green opaque is over the top of the pencil tin. Let's move the crossbone. My piece of paper wants to go down between the desk. This desk has a foldy flap, and the paper wants to squeeze into the flap. I sent out a newsletter this morning. It's the 4th of April. Yeah, I'm recording in advance, and I don't know if everyone knows should we start again? I don't know if everyone subscribes to my newsletter. If you want to, there is a link in the video here, in the description. If you don't want to, but you sort of fancy having a little catch up on the newsletters, but you don't want to have them filling up your inbox every month, then on my website, link is in the description, there are all the archive newsletters appear there a little bit after they go out, so you can catch up with them if you want to. Chromium green opaque again. That's the wrong bit of the pencil. There it is. For the little bits of stem. And we also have some flowers right over on this side. So I need to, oh, one of my sons has messaged me. Let's check. I don't know what it's all about. But anyway, I have to put a note on his desk. Right. So what was I saying before I got distracted? I don't know. No, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, that's a shame. I was going to enlighten you with some very exciting things. Oh, newsletter. Oh yeah, if you don't want to read the newsletter, you can catch up with the old editions on my website, which was what I was saying. And if you follow the newsletter link, it takes you to the subscription page on the website, but you can also find there the link to where you there's a bit of stem here. I don't know if it's meant to be this one or the daffodils, but I'm just gonna use the chromium green opaque. Right, we are going to do the centres of these in a slightly different colour and then move on to something different. Just scratching my head. I think I'm going to use this. This is the light red violet. Okay, just need to sharpen it. So you can read them online and see if what you think of them, or what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a little circle in the middle of the flower centre and then a little bit around the edge. I basically want to make it look like the centre of the flower is slightly sticking out, and then also use it to add in any other sort of shadows that I think might have fallen on the plant, maybe where the petals overlap or where other things overlap too. Just gives it a little bit more definition. Yes, so you can sign up there. There's also in the video description, there's links to all sorts of things. Right at the bottom, you have to go. I think you have to go down. There's a link to my Instagram, my Facebook, my Pinterest, my Threads, my Blue Sky, my Reddit. I'm on a lot of social media. There's also a link to my website, and as I said, my newsletter and my Ko-fi. Now Ko-fi is an interesting one to go and have a look at if you haven't before. I've got a lot of freebies on there that you can go and grab, so that's worth a look, isn't it? And I also have blog articles. I wrote one of those today as well that you can go and have a read of, various bits and bobs, musings, news, different things really. So yeah, you can have a little look there. I think that's quite a fun place to go. Yeah, there's also loads of articles on my website too. I've just started writing them on Ko-fi instead. I feel like Ko-fi is a better place because people know it more. They'll find it better compared to my website. And yeah, so I get about a bit, but I use all these platforms just to tell people about this YouTube channel, which is my main undertaking really. But I obviously don't put blog articles on here, but there's all sorts of stuff. Being a writer, I can pour out blog articles 19 to the dozen. It's I used to be a blogger. I used to have a money blog, a finance blog. I used to get paid for. I used to charge for adverts on there and things like that. I had various banner ads for various companies. I think one of my biggest ones was moneysupermarket.com. Their rep used to always want to advertise on my blog. If you're not British, you probably have no idea. They're like a comparison website for insurance, I think, mainly. I think they do other things as well. but yeah, so that was quite a good little job for a while it lasted. But yes, like everything I've done, I've had to sort of move around a bit to find what's profitable, etc., and then sort of move on. But I'm hoping I won't have to do that from this. But you know, it is my lowest paid job so far, and I sort of just keep going at it for the love of it, really, which is nice. But yeah. Right, bunny rabbit. For the bunny rabbit, hang on, I'm going to move my tablet again out of the way. Right, bunny. I'm going to have to come out a bit. I can move my book up a little bit. I have to move the tablet. There he is. Some load of my son's stuff on my desk. Now, what colour's a bunny rabbit? I've got no idea. I think I'm going to do this one in grey to start with. I'm going to use warm grey 3 and start with warm grey 3, and I might put some brown through it as well. Now I'm going to do a really easy quick layer like this. I've been realising that for my photos, for my thumbnails for this series, I've only been taking the right hand side of the page, not this one. And if I do that for this one, then it will look like all I've done is those pink flowers. You won't see that I've done this. But maybe that doesn't matter. It'll be a surprise. Pencil's very noisy against this desk. There's not many bits of paper. I need to actually open out that flap. That flap is so cute. It's got a picture on there. I don't know whether it's a picture from inside the book. Now what I've noticed too is the tail. Now bunny's tails are normally white. So what am I supposed to do with that? I'm just trying to look at that on the other side. It's not consistent. So we've got that bit. No, I think I've coloured that right. Now we've got this bunny's. It's not his tail, it's his foot. Oh, for goodness sake. How many of you told me? Thank you. Thank you for going. You thick girl. Silly, silly Billy. It's a foot. It's a rabbit's foot, not a tail. Right. I'm going to grab a bit of Ambista. No, I think we'll use some nougat and put some brown in. And I don't want too much, so I'm going to do little flecks. And that might help to define some of the fur on our rabbit, as well as just adding a little bit of warmth, but not too much. I don't want rabbit to look brown. I'm going to leave that bit paler, I think, but I also want some bit of a different colour going through. There we go. I was thinking there might only be one more video, but there's this whole thing to do here. Really nosy to know what that text says. Do you know how you can translate it? If you've got a phone with a camera and you've got a Google Lens, you can put it through your camera and go to Google Lens and it'll just translate it for you. It is so clever. It's like flipping magic or witchcraft or something. It's like, my goodness, how do you do that? I think it somehow uses Google Translate. It's just like Wow. I'm going to use the warm grey 5 as well to put a few flecks through the fur. And here I'm going to pay quite a lot of attention to the edge of the ear here. Sorry. Hands in the way. I'm also going to pay particular attention to where there is extra dark lines drawn on. So add to those a little bit. Hopefully our rabbit will start to appear more furry. There we go. Yes, husband said he was worried about how bad the traffic was. Problem is it's Friday and it's all traffic, everything's busy on a Friday. Like he was going to go to the supermarket, that's going to be busy. It's always busiest on a Friday, and traffic's always busier because people tend to finish work a little bit earlier on a Friday. Although my sister said she had to stand on the train yesterday, but they left at sort of rush hour, and she was on a Birmingham train, so Birmingham I think is the second biggest city in the country, so you know, busy. Oh, he is he's drawn in such a cute way, isn't he? He looks so cross bunny. Right, I think I'm going to do a few more details of a few of the details. Sorry, just move my pencils out of my way. Of this up here. Let's come in closer. Everything's been moved. Can't find my remote control. Now, what flowers have we got in here? We've got completely different looking flowers to the ones in the picture, but I'm tempted to use similar colours. Yeah, I'm going to start with the light magenta. Oh wait, where's the colour? There it is. And use it for the roses. So I've got, this is a rose here. So I'm just going over the whole thing. And this one, and then I'm going to use the darker colour that I used earlier, red violet, to put in some shade. What was it? Was this? Was the light red violet. So we can go in here. Let's put some in those edges. Oh, itchy nose. Yeah, my husband gets nervous driving in busy traffic because he doesn't like being stopped or queuing. So, and he also gets really cross when people drive badly or cut him up or things like that. But then he does the same to other people. My son tells him off. Right, now we've got this flower here. I'm going to do this in the dark blue violet. Remember we used for the crocuses? Sounds like it might be someone getting out of a car. I'm unsure as to what that is. I think that might be a petal. And then these last ones, I'm going to do in yellow. Should I do them in yellow like the daffodils? Or should I do them? I think I'm going to do them in the blue. The light ultramarine that we used for the grape hyacinths. But the centres are doing yellow. No, obviously it was some other car that I heard. There we go. I'm going to do the greenery later because I think I might tie it in with all of the rest of this sort of bordery bit. Which I am looking at thinking it's actually going to be a lot easier than I thought. Still hear someone at a car banging doors. We do have a new neighbour moving in at some point. And the centres, I think I've used every yellow in the box. I'm going to use the light chrome yellow. That one's going to look a bit green. There we go. As I say, I'm leaving the green until I decide what colour I'm doing the border. So I think I am done with that. So I'm going to take a photo for the thumbnail. I can take it this side like I always do. Is that all in shot? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that is me done for today. I thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure if it's going to be the last one next time or another one as well. It's got the cat and the flowers and the border and the background. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching today. Hope that you have a super day and happy colouring.